Shalom, shalom, July 14th, 2022. Thank you for your 10 minutes of your time. This is a critical update. You need to know what is coming. Like, share, put your comments in the video. You need to know what just happened over in Israel. Joe Biden confirmed the Declaration of Understanding, Memorandum of Understanding to support Israel. If you didn't see that the governmental body, legislative body of Israel collapsed, they on to a new election for a new prime minister, and we don't know who that prime minister is going to be or who's going to be in that cabinet, what kind of heads, what kind of thought process is going to be in there. And I guarantee you that whatever this coalition is going to be the coalition or the government that is going to attack Iran. I mean, they've been attacking Iran already. But some studies are saying that they have enriched their uranium up to a capacity where they can just go ahead and get the nuke. They have the materials for the nuke. They don't necessarily have the capability to compress it down and put it on the warhead. However, don't think Russia is not trading with Iran the schematics, and they haven't studied how to do it. So they may be able to do it rapidly. The United States already said they're going to prevent that. Just last month, Iran turned off the cameras in the facilities. They kicked out certain diplomats so that they won't see their nuclear program. So this tells me that Raisi is ready to bring exact revenge for General Soleimani and for what they did in Iraq. I digress. You didn't see that Boris Johnson was kicked out? In other words, Boris Johnson wasn't he wasn't the man for the job. He wasn't the man for the job, okay? Our president is out to lunch on these things. He's just going through what the state and the apparatus want him to do. It's all in motion, okay? It's all in motion. They're going to continue to do continue to do their plan to keep the hegemony or to keep the United States in its position. I'm telling you this because right now Ukraine is in that position that I told you a few months ago, where they're going to do a counter offensive against Russia. When they do that counter strike against Russia, I guarantee, not even gonna guarantee, but I foresee that you will see Israel strike something in Iran. One of their facilities, maybe a scientist, some type of critical infrastructure that will draw out Iran. Not only Iran, but different actors in that region. Going over to Saudi Arabia. If Saudi Arabia rejects Joe Biden's plea to get that oil going, you gotta remember the agreement for the petrodollar is that they will price their oil in the petrodollar. If they can't keep that system going, okay, they're going to be fighting over the black gold. The prophet said, peace be upon him, Prophet Muhammad said that they will be fighting over the mountain of gold. That mountain of gold is oil. Okay, that's the black gold. Either they find oil in Israel, or Israel takes Palestine's oil and claim it, and now they are supplying Ukraine with oil. They are supplying different Bahrain, Qatar, supplying them with oil, bringing oil on the field. So if you see Israel talking about they found the oil field and they ready to start shipping oil, if you hear anything about that, no, it's game on. Okay, it's already game on. They already told you that they ready to strike Iran. Okay, they're not going to let Iran get a nuclear weapon, and it's at the door. And we know Second Ezra tells us that the Carmanians will come out in a deep force of horde. They will come out. What a terrible sight it is when they come out of their nest. Okay, Hezbollah, ISIS, when all of them come out, it's on and popping. Okay. We need to pay attention to what is coming out of this trip. And the major thing is Saudi Arabia. If Saudi Arabia say, look, we're gonna sell our oil in whatever price we want now, that's a wrap for the dollar. That tsunami that I told you that's coming back, that tsunami of money that's coming back, will be coming back here to United States, because they will start dumping bonds and treasury bills and notes in excess if it's not priced, if they'll start selling their oil in a different price structure. Will they abandon the Hajj next year, or will they abandon Hajj? Will they abandon Hajj? They might have already abandoned Hajj. We'll see. We'll see how it go. If Saudi Arabia will have the security support to be able to hold Hajj. Okay, you gotta remember, the United States is supplying Saudi Arabia with security and weapons so that they can have a buffer or shield around them from Iran. If the oil deal don't go through, that means Saudi Arabia is vulnerable. If they don't get the nuclear deal program, that means Israel is ready to attack, which I don't think they're going to get no deal. And whatever the deal is, it's not going to be enough to satisfy Israel's concerns. Putin turned off the gas and turn off the gas in the wintertime. Right now, you're talking about maintenance. We don't know how long this maintenance is going to be. That means food prices is going up. Yo, the goods that you want will be going up. Just type in how many goods are produced with oil. Okay? How many goods are produced with oil, or the after effects of the chemical that they use for refining oil, the different products that comes out of oil. Okay? We don't have no strategic reserves. Depleting that down. They sending that off crazy. Crazy. They sending that off. So what we going to do when we have a military problem? When we really have a military problem, what will we do? What would the United States do? How can we keep the country going? You ain't got no oil. You can't go to work and do the things that you want to do. Better believe you will be part of the war effort. And like I touched on that before, if you don't want to go overseas and fight in this war in the next year, you better understand where you want to be in the war effort. You could tell them, look, I'm not a combatant. I don't want to fight, but I will build a tank, or I'll work in the hospital field. You understand? Don't say you don't want to participate in the war effort, okay? Because that'll end you up in jail, and that'll be until the war is over. And war is not going to be over from here on out until the Messiah comes, okay? So you don't want to be stuck in nobody's camps, and you don't want to be stuck in nobody's jail while war is going on. Even though it won't be bad out here, even though it will be bad outside the four walls of jail, you don't want to be in there, because at least out here you'll have control over how you eat and where you go, and you won't be stifled or hand to mouth waiting on somebody to feed you, whether they will feed you or not. Okay, so that's my critical update. I have a part 2 coming, so I can talk about how the dollar went parity, became equal basis with the euro. That means that they're on an even footing plane, and that causing major problems over in Europe. And we're going to see how they respond. They already responded with emergency monetary policy. We have to see how they respond after the end of this month, when they raise their interest rates up, and we'll see how that affects the people in the world. We're in a global recession. You must be prepared. Okay, this is no time to be playing around, playing games. Things are going down, and like Kevin Samuels said, winter is coming. Shalom.